Draft Legends has dropped in FC Mobile, and there are a lot of people that are a bit confused with the event. And I'm not saying it's not confusing, but I am going to say that if you don't pay complete attention, there are a lot of resources in the event that people are going to miss out on because they do too much too fast. All right, guys, finally he sleeps here. We just were introduced to Capped Legends, the new event in FC Mobile, and there's a lot going on with this event. Unfortunately, it does use the new draft system, so you cannot pick the player that you want unless you go through the just awful token system, which has replaced the shard system. The token system has replaced the shard system, not the draft system, the token system. I know it's confusing, and I hear people complaining, and I know we're all bitching about the draft that are in the game and how it feels like it, but the drafts are not what replaced shards. Tokens replaced shards. Drafts replaced packs. And that is confusing a lot of people. And I know we're all complaining, and it's fine to complain, but just make sure you know exactly what you're bitching about and why you're bitching about it, because a lot of people are bitching about the wrong shit for the wrong reasons. So drafts, bad. Tokens, really bad. Shards, we miss them. Packs, I never opened them anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. All right, so the Capped Legends event, we take a look at Chapter 1. This is where we log in each day. We have a bunch of skill games. Now, if you're not into the skill games, or you're new to the game and you came to the game because you like gameplay and player versus player and a lot of matches and that kind of stuff, you're missing out, because the skill games are what FC Mobile was about when it was FIFA Mobile for a very long time. This was not a mobile version of the console game. This was a mobile version that was along the same theme as the console game. So an event in the game like Capped Legends is kind of a throwback to what we used to have. So right out of the gate, when I see this, 3 increasing difficulty skill games across 5 different tiers of the game that you have to complete every day, it's so nice. This is exactly the kind of event that we're missing. I wouldn't want to do this all the time, but when we have a lot of these events that we would like them to change, and we just came off of an event that had a pyramid structure where it was about player versus player. I'm referring to, what was it? Not Future Stars. The last one, whatever the last one was, where you had to play, versus, and there was PvE matches, and then each week you could earn more rewards by being in the tier. That's a different kind of event than this, and that's why we like to see variety. So you come in here each day, you have 3 different defense skill games, 3 different dribble skill games, 3 different free kick skill games, and whatnot, and what you're earning is rank up tokens, caps, and gems on the top one based on how good you are. So the gems and the rank up tokens are kind of a bonus. That is fantastic. Those gems and rank up tokens, if you can get 2 or 3 stars. The earlier ones are only giving out caps and coins, or caps and transfer points. And then once you complete everything, your abilities increase. Your defense goes up, your dribbling goes up, your free kicks go up. And after 1 day, you're at 10 if you've completed everything. After 2 days, it keeps increasing. That number is important if you want to get the most out of the event. So now we have Chapter 2, which is similar to what the components that we've had of the Chronicles, where we had, you can get like the different superhero. It's still live in the game, and we've seen this in the past where you had so many points and you had to pick the path to work your way through. This works on fatigue. So once you come in each day, you reset your fatigue to 0, and as you continue to play through, it shows you how much fatigue each is taking. And when you have like a question mark, it depends on what your fatigue is going to take. You could lose 4 fatigue, you could gain 4 fatigue, or anywhere in between. So let's say we go bottom route, we're at 0 fatigue. Once we get to 12, you're done for the day. So you start here at the beginning. You've got 1 fatigue from doing the first match. You're going to earn some caps. And then now after your second match, you're going to have 7 fatigue. If you do this third match and it adds 4 fatigue to you, you're at 11. You're not going to have enough to be able to complete the next match, which takes 2. But if you get lucky on this and they take away 4 fatigue, then you can continue to move forward. It's a gambling game depending upon which way you go. If you go up top, 1 fatigue, 2 fatigue, and 4 fatigue, you're now at 7 after this. If you go on the very top and you go to the claw, it's going to take 5 away. You drop to 2, you add 8, you go to 10, you come here to the final and you're fine. You get the final match, you still have 2 fatigue, you can come back and play something else in here and get the most out of your caps, and you're guaranteed a draft voucher each day. But if you come down, let's say, instead of going up, then you still have the chance of 2 fatigue and then a plus or minus 2 fatigue. You're going to get stuck going through the middle if you don't get lucky. So making your decisions here to get your way through, you have to decide what's the most you're going to want to get. There's a lot more gems on the bottom path. We have 200 caps. If you go here in the middle path, there's a decent amount of caps. But again, you're going to get stuck at some point. And if those rank up tokens aren't that important to you compared to that draft ticket, the draft voucher here on the bottom way, it's going to be the top row for most people. That's how this system works. You're going to want to do the top row if you want a guaranteed draft ticket. You want to go to the middle row if you're not really into gambling and you're looking for some rank up tokens. Bottom row if you're really into gambling and you want the most bang for it. But then you take all of those caps that you're getting and we go to the rewards chapter. And again, this is another little bit of a gamble as you work your way through, because each day you're going to roll a dice. You're going to roll 1 dice. It's going to give you 1 number. And I can't remember how high the number is, but I rolled a 19 on day 1. So it's a high number. And if you look here about your choices of where you work through, for me, I can do this one. If your dice roll is greater than 10, so I can't do that today, but I could do it tomorrow as long as I have a dice roll greater than 10. But once you move forward, now your next one is pass plus dice have to be greater than 36. Dribble plus dice has to be greater than 45. So as that one works its way across, it's about continuing down the game in the top row. And each day you're going to have a better chance to go through. Look at the bottom row though. It's less than. So this one that I've already completed, defense plus dice have to be less than 20. So now after 2 days of playing the game, if you've done everything, you're now at a point where your defense is already at 20. You're not able to move forward. And the same thing with adaptability. You can only do some of these in the very beginning of the game. You need to pay attention to what's available and what you can do based on less than and greater than as you work your way down to the outside to get the most resources out of this. Because once you get to a point where on chapter 1, no, it's chapter 2. Once your adaptability is at 3 stars, you're done. You cannot play this for more caps to move through. This will, adaptability hits 3 stars, you will be finished as far as claiming this part of the game of claiming your caps each and every day. So I know the event is a 4-week event and there's a lot going on here, but to get the most out of the rewards, you really have to pay attention what your draw is. You may want to do a redraw before you play your skill games for the day, because if you play your skill games each day and you have bad draws, you're missing out on stuff that you will never be able to come back through and collect on the rewards chapter. That is important. Okay, now that is Capped Legends. If we go to the draft side of this, there's only one draft right now. And we are looking at 116 to 117, same as everything else. There's no special event draft or anything that goes along with this. It is just this one thing, and this is where all of the players are coming from, is this through the draft thing. This has it taken the place of packs? Not the draft system did not take away from your ability to pick specific players through a rewards path. What has taken place of the rewards path is the exchange and the tokens. This is what people are not understanding. So we go to player exchange and we go to capped legends. There are all the players here. Here are all the players you can earn and you can grab. It is no longer a gamble. It is a guaranteed. So like for me, immediately out of the gate, I went and picked the 2 players that I wanted. I grabbed Reese and Dudek. I grabbed the 2 players I wanted right away because I had saved up my phase tokens. They were 300 apiece for a 116. To get a 117, it is 900. And where those phase tokens come from is the item exchange. And they are right here, the 26 phase 2 tokens. And you get that from players who are 114 and higher from the event. And they are worth an increasing amount from 5 up to 150 for your top players, depending upon which ones they are. So you can see 116s are worth 50. The 117s are worth 150. You have to do a lot of drafts to be able to get a decent amount of players here to be able to pool them together to get what you want. And they do carry over. There are also extra time tokens that you can use here to convert players that are below 115. You convert players. So if this starts at 114 for the phase 2 tokens, the token A start below. So you can go all the way down and from a 108 up to the 113s and use here. There's no sense in putting 114s in the extra time token because you're getting more points out of the 114s from the phase tokens than you are from here. And then there is still the daily extra time exchange that you can do for those tokens on this side. And you have the ability to earn a 113, 114, or 115. Now, the 114 and 115, remember in phase tokens, they're worth 5. 5. And if the player that you are specifically trying to claim out of this event is a 117, you need 900 to claim one. But if you're looking for something less, if you're looking, let's say you've got a 115 in the event that you really want, if there is a 115 from this that you really want, it's only 75 tokens. It's much easier to claim one of these players. Now you have a choice. If you put in 75 tokens and you choose, these 4 players come up and you get to pick which one you want. It's a guaranteed pick. This system is what has replaced shards. Now we're starting to get it. The draft system is awful, but it is not awful because it took away your ability to pick what you want. Your ability to pick what you want is still here. It's just not a path. It's not shards. It's tokens. What is so bad about drafts is it doesn't convert to anything. It is a 1% chance that your draft pick will be tradable. So the only thing you're getting out of those drafts are 5 tokens that you get to use towards the 900 to pull a 117. So now we have to go through a lot of drafts for a chance to do it, and everything else, it's just token fodder rather than actually giving you coins back. And what that is doing to the game is not only is it killing the events and everyone's kind of excitement to be able to pick what they want, but it's also killing the market at the same time, because now we are in a spot where it's not realistic to buy players to convert to tokens. It's not realistic to buy players that you're missing out on either. And we're seeing them have to push the guide rails and the handicap zone around a little bit so that players are now even tradable within the realms of the event. So Now that you understand the draft system, you understand capped legends, and you understand the token system, hopefully you can at least find a way to get the most out of these events, because at this point, it looks like we're going to be stuck with this draft system for the rest of the year. And unless they decrease some of those numbers and it doesn't go from 75 for a 115 to 300 for a 116 to 900 for a 117, we need to see either adjustment there in those numbers, or we need to get more tokens back for higher tier of players. Something. It's just their math isn't mathing to keep things exciting, and the way this new system works, it's still more confusing than it is less. That's it. That's all I've got here for Capped Legends. Before we go, though, EA has given me my own content creator code that you can use on their website, store.fcm.ea.com. If you're not going to that website each and every day and logging into your account to get your free daily gift, you're missing out. There are gems, there are rewards, there are players, there's a lot there. And if you're spending money in the game, make sure you come down to the bottom of that page and put in my name, FinallyHeSleeps, all caps, and use that content creator code so that when you do spend money in the game, my channel gets credit for it. I appreciate it. It is an easy way to support the channel. If you are already spending money, there's no reason not to support some of your content creators that are out there as part of the EA program. That's it. Make sure you subscribe here on the channel so you never miss when any of these FC Mobile videos go live for event guides, market tricks, or whatever else we have here. FinallyHeSleeps, as long as you guys keep showing up, I'll keep making videos.